Okay, everybody, let's do a little bit of news. I haven't done that for a couple weeks. On a day when Florida topped 2 million residents vaccinated for the deadly virus, the Sunshine State saw a significant jump in new cases. Sumter County Health Chief urges mask wearing as vaccinations ramp up. Here in the villages, from what I see, and of course I don't get everywhere, but the areas that I go to, it depends. If you go to like the grocery stores, like say Publix, most of the people inside Publix are wearing a mask. All the employees that I've ever seen do wear a mask. If you go to like inside the villages, like say a country club where they people are maybe having a drink at the bar, no masks at the bar. I don't see any, and they're elbow to elbow at the bar. At the dinner tables, inside and outside, most people are wearing a mask in the restaurant as they walk through, but once they sit down, they take the mask off. I think that's reasonable as long as the tables are separated a little bit, you know. But the mask wearing thing is an issue here. I don't get it either. I did a report here 2 weeks ago on the Friday news about the developer and his companies saying they're canceling all activities like the village's senior, the athletes for the senior games. I got the hiccups, I'm sorry, I just ate that chocolate cake. But the senior games has been discontinued. All the activities in the pools and things sponsored by the villages are all been discontinued. Most of the swimming pools are getting shut down, they say for maintenance. I think that's key. It just seems strange that all of them are being shut down for maintenance. They've never been shut down like that before. They used to shut them down, one here, one there. And just in the last 2 weeks, I think I've read like, I don't know, I didn't keep count, but I'll say 10 different swimming pools are shut down. I don't know how many golf courses now, probably executive courses, are being shut down for maintenance. And that could be true about the golf courses though. Snowbirds are here, the golf courses get played on a lot. They get beat up something terrible because some people just don't pay attention to what they're doing. But anyway, the mask thing, it's an issue. It's an issue everywhere, I think. You know, I'm not sure if there's any evidence proving that it does work or don't work. Does it protect you from a person wearing a mask, or does it protect a person with a mask from you? I don't know. But anyway, I wear one when I go around in public, you know, because I just feel like I'm safer with it than without it. That's just the way I see it. Large non-villages development wins approval on Marsh Bend Trail. This is going to be interesting to see how this works out. And I don't know exactly where this is at. When I went down there with Papa Pineapple to do some video we do video of Hawkins and St. Catherine's area and some rec centers and things down there. You guys will see the video. On Patreon, I think 2 of my videos are up now. I haven't brought them on YouTube yet. I put them on Patreon first because on Patreon, levels 2, 3, and 4, I put all my videos on there commercial free. And there's a lot of videos on there that YouTube never sees. But you guys know what Patreon is by now. I don't have to explain it. Okay. See this dotted area right here? That red line, that is going to be a all-family community. That is not going to be a 55-plus community. And that, if you look, I can't really see, but I think right here is Marsh Bend Trail. And that little section of dirt right there, I'm not sure exactly who owns it. Maybe our developer owns it and he subcontracted it out to somebody else. I don't know. But it just seems strange to me that a big chunk of land sitting right there next to the villages went unnoticed. But anyway, they're going to build a family park right there. I don't know what that means. It's something to keep an eye on if you're looking to buy a house. Clinic focusing on brain performance opens at the Center for Advanced Healthcare. Flushed-faced villager charged with DUI after spotted driving slowly and swerving. A villager found himself behind bars recently after a Marion County Sheriff's Sergeant spotted his vehicle driving slowly and swerving over the solid white traffic line several times. The Master Sergeant reported seeing a red Ford F-150 driven by 51-year-old Vincent Patrick D. Alfonso sitting at a green light in the 5200 block of South Pine Avenue this past Friday. The Master Sergeant stopped D. Alfonso after seeing his vehicle traveling at approximately 20 miles per hour in a posted 55 miles per hour speed zone and crossing over the lane lines. A Village of Osceola Hills woman was arrested Monday night at her home on a warrant charging her with theft. Stacy Lynn Brimmer, 43, was arrested at 7:44 p.m. at her home at 476 Zephyr Hills Road on a Sumter County warrant issued earlier this year, according to the arrest report from the Sumter County's Sheriff's Office. The Georgian native was taken into custody without incident, handcuffed, and transported to the Sumter County Detention Center. She was released after posting a $500 bond. Wildwood Commissioner clears the way for Villagers' $110 million development. I've been watching this for a couple weeks now. It's somebody that lives here, somebody apparently with either money or contacts, is just like everybody else. They're just trying to cash in on the Village's development here. And just outside the Village's property, he bought this land. I think he bought it, or he intends to buy it, and do some kind of development there. Wildwood Commission Monday cleared the way for a massive $110 million development northwest of Powell Road and County Road 44A. That would be kind of behind and catty corner of where the Lofts of Brownwood's at. Commissioner gave final approval to a comprehensive plan amendment for the project after it was reviewed by state officials because it is a development of regional impact. They also approved a zoning change to central mixed use for the 36-acre property recently annexed to Wildwood. Development Director Milano Peavy said the city is negotiating an agreement with Blunt Development Group that spells out the responsibilities of the company and the city. Built on land once occupied by a Wildwood ranch, the project is expected to include at least 321 to 3-bedroom non-age restricted apartments, 150 senior independent living apartments, and 100,000 square feet of medical office. With the city's legal approval completed, construction of the first phase could begin this spring or early summer, according to the developer Rick Blunt, a resident of the village of Bridgeport at Lake Sumter. He said apartments will include a mix of townhouses, duplexes, carriage homes, and garden-style units. Amenities will include a resort-style pool, fitness center, clubhouse, outdoor grills, and walking paths. Cane Gardens Country Club shut down due to rodents and roaches. 77-year-old woman jailed after allegedly biting husband over household chores. That's funny. I think it's funny. Craft cuisine falls victim to pandemic, forced to close the doors. We've talked about that before. Sue and Deb's talked about it a lot. You've got to support your local business. And I'm not talking Walmart being your local business. Walmart's a national conglomerate. They'll be okay. I'm talking about Bob and Joe's Cafe in your area. Harvey's Landscaping Company. I mean, I don't know what's in your area, but you got to support your local business. They're the ones that's going to be employing a lot of people after this is over. And we do. I mean, we went out for ribs twice in the last 2 weeks. Did I go to Sonny's Barbecue? Nothing against Sonny's. I don't want you people to take what I'm saying wrong. But the answer is no, because Sonny's is a big conglomerate. They're all over down here in the south and southeast area. They're everywhere, like McDonald's. We went to a local place up the road on 441, and I enjoy the place. It used to be years ago a family-owned business. I think it still is, but over the years, I'm not sure. Grandpa's probably not there anymore. I think the kids took it over, but I can't say that for sure. It's Oakwood Fire and Grill. They've also got a small little place over at Wildwood. They smoke everything over here on 441 and 27, and then they take it over by truck to the little place in Wildwood to sell. I've never been to that place in Wildwood, but I've heard it's pretty nice inside. Probably most people get it to go, be my guess. The one on 441, nothing fancy about it, very clean. The food's very good, price is fair, and I go there every so often. So I'm going to support that place. That's your local business. Many villagers in disbelief as maskless party rolls on at Town Square. Well, hey, look, I'm not saying you should or shouldn't wear a mask, who am I to tell anybody what to do? But what I am saying is, you can't talk out of both sides of your mouth. And the leadership around here is saying, we are concerned about our citizens, we want to protect them, so we're not going to do this, we're not going to do that, we're shutting down the pools, we're stopping all the everything. But oh, hey, by the way, we're having this big party up here at Spanish Springs for Mardi Gras, and then down here at Brownwood, we're going to have a big strawberry festival on this certain date. And oh, by the way, St. Patty's Day parade, we're going to do that. You know, to me, that's just hypocrisy. Many villagers are shaking their heads in disbelief as the party rolls on nightly at town squares despite the coronavirus pandemic. Until herd immunity is reached, all gatherings shouldn't be happening. Sometimes you need to save dumb folks from themselves. Says, come on, someone in authority. Somebody in authority has to use their brains. Suspend entertainment now. The lack of masks is being viewed as a real threat to public. People are being very foolish and selfish. Medical personnel have been working tirelessly to help people survive and are overwhelmed, and yet the party here in the villages rags on. Are we not responsible enough to think beyond the moment? Do we care about anyone other than ourselves? VA begins offering COVID-19 vaccinations at American Legion Post 347. That's over here on Rolling Acres Road and the corner of 466. I believe membership-wise, it's the world's largest American Legion. And I do know that they're getting COVID shots for the veterans, which is kind of got separate rules, I guess, than the rest of us are following. And so they're getting their shots. How it's all working out, I don't know. If you're a veteran and you're here, you need to call the VA. Savannah Center Sports Pool will be closed Monday. Bridgeport Recreation Center will be closed for maintenance. Marion Sheriff searching for a woman who fled after her photo appeared on Facebook. I don't know if this happens in other states. It didn't in Indiana, not that I ever saw. But here in Florida, there are several different counties in Florida whose sheriff has a television show. Once a week maybe, or maybe it's a YouTube channel. I'm not sure, but I've seen it. And what they do is they show pictures of people they're looking for and what they're being charged with, and so on and so forth. I say bravo to that. I do it here, you know. I show pictures of sex offenders moving into a retirement community, and they rent a house, you know, next door to a family pool, which I think should be against the law. And I still say people ought to be taking them pictures, printing them out. And I don't know, there should be a locked up box of every family pool with these pictures in there saying, if you see this person anywhere around this pool, call the sheriff. But so far, my warning has been unheeded or ignored. Once again, they're really concerned about your safety. You gotta get it focused here. There's the sheriff on the show, and that picture of that girl right there, can you see it? That's who they're looking for, and he'll tell you why and all this and that. I think it's a great idea. A woman nabbed in 2017 in a notorious drug bust in the villages has been jailed again after her latest arrest. 2017 had to be the one on Palo Alto. They went in there, and a lot of neighbors were complaining about suspicious activity, and then there was an old guy living in the house, and they were taking advantage of him. And actually, I think it started out, it was one of his relatives that moved in first, a younger girl, like a niece or something. And she brought in her druggy boyfriends and whatever, and then they started selling drugs out of the house. Wouldn't surprise me they were making drugs in that house also. I don't know. They had a big drug bust, and I think most of them, I can only assume, went to jail. The old man finally, they sold the house. The old man went back up north where family's at, and probably went to assisted living. Gajewski, 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 I don't know. 48 of Summerfield was booked Friday night without bond at the Sumter County Detention Center on charges of possession of marijuana and drug possession. She had been arrested in 2017 in the famous drug bust in the village of Palo Alto. Gajewski was arrested last year at a Wawa in Oxford along with 65-year-old William John Verticelli. That name's familiar too. Who was arrested in the past on numerous drug and weapon charges at the home of his late mother, also in the village of Palo Alto. That home has been the subject of numerous complaints and a recent deed compliance hearing. Gajewski was released from a Florida prison in 2018. I would like to have that for a neighbor. You ever think you'd hear about this kind of thing in a retirement community. Convicted sex offender relocates near Chula Vista Recreation Center. And it ain't the Villages doing this. Anyway, there he is. There's your sex offender. Whatever he done. He's from Ohio. He's been relocated to a home in Chula Vista Rec Center, by Chula Vista Rec Center. Javid Michael Shell, 37, on Saturday, registered and addressed at 1132 Del Toro Drive in the village of Del Mar. Del Mar is like right behind Spanish Springs. According to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, the property tax bill for the home is mailed to a resident in Silver Spring, Maryland. See, it's rental. It's rental property. They don't care. As long as that monthly income keeps it rolling in, that's all they care about. They don't care about nothing else. No background checks. They don't care. So this person in Maryland either hired a property management company here, which they don't care either. They just rent it to whoever, unless you make restrictions on them, and most people don't. It's all about getting that money every month. Or they rented it to him, and they may even know the guy, and rented it to him anyway. And somebody asked me a really interesting question that I have no answer for. They're saying, if these guys have been in jail for 2, 3, 4 years, and they know how much rent is down here, especially in the wintertime, they're asking questions like, how do they afford? Where'd they get the money to do that? Good question. I don't know. Right now I'm working on my own show. It's a new show. It's going to be about drones. It's just a one-time show. It's going to be on my RV channel, I think. I may share it with this channel, so it'll be on both channels at the same time. But trust me, it has nothing to do with Wednesday Night Live. Don't get it confused. This show is going to be, I think, February 13th, and it's going to be on a Saturday, and it's going to be 6 p.m. And I'm going to have 2 guests. Both of them are going to, well, I got actually 3 guests, and they're all drone pilot. One of the drone pilots is 808 State. I'm sorry. His YouTube channel is 808 State, and he's from Hawaii, and he has a great channel, and he knows a lot about drones and the laws and the new laws coming out and so on and so forth. Anyway, we're going to have a little show, maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours long, however long that you guys want to make it. And if you want to come to it and give us your 2 cents when we're doing a show, you're more than welcome. So with that being said, I'm getting out of here from beautiful downtown The Villages, Florida. 78 degrees today and sunny. I'll see you on the other side.